Welcome to Feed Your Lion. I'm Dr. Jodelle Yount, and I'm here to aid you in the mastery of total health, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial. So prepare to have your wellness tank filled up with this podcast. Welcome to another episode of Feed Your Lion podcast. Okay, I got my buddy Chelsea Thomas on today, and we have to explain our attire for a minute.
Yes.
Chelsea just had her birthday, and we're getting ready for her birthday bash. So she wanted to dress like a princess, and we thought it would be a great thing to get her on camera like this.
It'd be hilarious. We thought it would be hilarious.
We thought it'd be hilarious. And then I found this peep at the Wally World, and I thought it was going to be the same color, and it's not at all even close, but we had to include it in our podcast. So I told her that if she was doing all this, I'd at least put on some dress pants. And also, we had crowns.
I made her put on the crown.
Yeah, so this is
a special event.
This is a special podcast right here to get us in this, I want to say nonsense
mode.
But
we're getting in the mode.
Okay, so we're going to talk today about Chelsea's story because you've been through a lot of crap.
Yes.
And you've kind of come through a lot of that, and now you're like doing your business thing and all that. So everybody loves to hear, we're titling this The Overcomer because we're going to start. You are an overcomer. You're a beast.
Thank you.
So anyways, let's like kind of start with the basic background, where you're from, where you grew up.
Okay.
We'll kind of wind the road a little bit.
So I grew up in Ashland, born and raised in the area.
Ashland, Kentucky.
Yep. Had great parents. They were always business-minded people.
Did you know your mom did a podcast?
She was sure to let me know today.
Okay. I didn't know if you had actually known that or not.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Okay.
And see whose is better.
Okay. I love it. All right.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. I interrupted.
I'm totally kidding. Anyway, had a normal childhood, and I had parents that were very business-minded, and they kind of, found God when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I always felt like a sense of purpose in my life from a young age. Like I always felt like there was something big I was going to do.
Yeah.
Or like there was some kind of, calling on my life.
Absolutely.
So I felt that from a really young age, and where else to go from there,
So,
my troubles really started, I guess, in my teenage years, like with identity. You know what I mean?
Was it like, I don't know who I am, or was it like I have this, I want to be a wild child identity?
Wild child.
Like, what was the identity? Because, people go through different things. Some people are like, I don't really know who I am, period. Some people are like, they kind of nurture a side that may not be the best.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of my wildness was for attention and love.
Okay.
Like I wanted to feel love, So I went to all the wrong outlets for that. And I'm like a wild, fun, free, spirited person anyway.
We couldn't tell at all by this.
So that mixed with not really knowing who I truly am, not knowing how special I was at a young age, you know what I mean? Just turned into a lot of mistakes and just trying to find my way.
Yeah.
Which led to me getting pregnant at 17 years old.
Yeah. How was that?
Being a teen mom.
Were you a senior, junior?
I crossed the stage.
Okay. So
I graduated super pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just kept plowing through. That's one thing about me is I just
roll with it.
Kept going. Yep.
So what was that like time period like when you were like, I'm pregnant, I'm in high school? Like how, like, what was that initial like reaction?
There was fear.
Yeah.
But I was hopeful that I would be able to create something nice,
Yeah.
like a family, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I did have a family, and it was pretty nice at times, but also a lot of times not.
Yeah.
And it came with a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
tons. So,
When did you like cross that of like, all right, I've got this, I'm gonna do it. Like what was that like? Because I feel like I, I've known you for a bit, but I
yeah.
feel like it would be like you'd be one of those that would be, all right, I take my whatever time, and then I'm like, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. I was getting my real estate license when Aiden was like 3 months old.
Really?
Yes. I got my real estate license when I was 18, right out of high school.
What was that like? What drew you to the real estate thing?
I wanted to do something that didn't require me going to college away from my baby
Yeah.
for a long time. So I just went to real estate school every weekend, and we would drive up to my sister's house and stay with her and go to real estate school.
Do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you ever like to? Did you start working? This thing's hurting me. I gotta take it.
Take it off.
This.
Adjust mine a little bit.
So, did you ever like do any other job after high school or did you just like start working real estate right away?
I started doing real estate, and I worked real estate for about 9 months.
Okay.
And then I felt really insecure about being young in business.
Okay.
So I went back to school. So I went to college, and I have my 4-year degree in business management.
Okay.
And then I did accounting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do not see you in the accounting thing.
No,
Okay.
it was not good.
Did you work it at all?
I did.
You did? How long? I don't think I knew that. How long did you work in accounting?
So I worked in accounting for maybe 1.5 years, 2 years. And I drove every day to Taze Valley. And it was the worst. I hated every second of it.
Did you go right back to real estate after that?
I went to work at a finance company after that, doing loans.
Okay.
hmm
That sounds just as bad for
It
really
was.
you.
Yeah. The boss, he would always be like, it's almost like Chelsea just don't care.
Did you say that's
I'm like,
because
"I
I don't?
really-"
I know.
And then I quit. Whenever I quit, he was like, you could be a manager here. He's like, what are you? You're giving up all these benefits. You could be a manager one day. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to go.
That's not in my aspiration.
This is not in my blood. No.
All right. So then what?
So then I was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yep.
So how long was that gap?
I think I was a stay-at-home mom for about 3 years after that.
Okay.
Before I got divorced.
Did you like that, or were you itching like to do something?
No, I really liked it.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't itching at all.
Well, no, you know what I mean though. Some people
Yeah.
are like, I love being a mom, but I also
Yeah.
like need something else.
Well, I was really into fitness.
Yeah.
So I would go to the gym and,
Yeah.
do my meals and take care of the kids, and I was happy with that.
Yeah.
My husband at the time had his aspirations, and I just kind of rolled with it.
So when did it kind of all fall apart for you? How long into it?
We were married 9 years.
Okay.
Yep, 9 years. And I'll never forget the day I realized I was done.
Yeah.
There was just a big argument that transpired, and it was handled in a very abusive way. I'll
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah.
And he left, and I just said, I'm done. I don't care how hard this is going to be.
How long did you wrestle with that before you like came to that? Because I think a lot of people are in like, different abusive relationships,
Yeah.
whatever kind of abuse it is. And I think they go, I mean, there's so many different struggles with, do I stay, do I go? Like, how long did you kind of wrestle with that?
I feel like, when you're in something that's really bad for you, you don't really realize how bad it is sometimes, because it's like you're normal.
Like you make excuses for it, or you
Yeah.
normalize it more?
And then in abusive situations, they make you feel like you're the bad person.
Yeah.
So I always felt like, oh, he's the best I can do. This is the best I have, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So there was only one other time that we wrestled with like leaving and
Yeah.
splitting up, and that was probably a couple years before it had actually happened.
Okay.
But I had absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like abrupt, and I was not anticipating the split. I was not expecting it. It just happened out of nowhere.
And did you have your own like finances or
Nope.
anything at that time?
Nope.
Okay, so I want just stopping right there. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there who are like in bad situations.
Yes. Yes.
What like advice or what things would you say to somebody who's like in, and maybe they don't fully realize the depth of it. Maybe they're just starting to like, because I do think that takes
Yeah.
like, and sometimes the deeper
A lot of courage.
Yeah, it's a lot of courage. It's a
Yeah.
lot of courage, and then like the deeper you go in, you have all these entanglements and all these
Yep.
like reasons. So like, I guess what kind of things would you say to somebody like that's in that kind of thing?
I would say seek God with your whole heart. And I was not doing that at the time.
Yeah.
But God's hand was still on me.
Yeah.
And so I believe that He guided the whole situation. Because, leading up to that, I met people. Like, I had my counselor I started going to. I met Jenny Craig Miles.
Yes.
Shout out to Jenny.
Jenny.
I met her before we split up, and she said, I can't believe you're not getting your real estate license out and working real estate. You have a real estate license and you don't use it.
Yeah.
And I was just, like, yeah, I'm happy, and then we kind of became friends.
Yeah.
And then when everything hit the fan, it was, all right, time to hustle up some real estate.
Well, I also think in a lot of those relationships, people are so isolated.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of like a telltale
That
thing.
is.
They, like, whoever wants to, like, isolate. So you
Yep.
don't have those support systems. You
Right.
don't have the people giving you, like, advice, like, or,
Right.
or encouraging you in any way. Like, you're
Right.
solely dependent on, and that's just a point to anybody. Like, whether you're happily married, in a good relationship, whatever, like, having good friendships, having like whatever it is, maybe a church family, like a gym family, whatever it
Yeah.
is. But I talk about that all the time, like having people that you can like,
Yeah.
that will be honest with you and be
Yeah.
real with you on things
And push you
Yes.
past what you feel comfortable with. Because if it weren't for those people to help me to see clearly, I don't think I would have been able to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
So my advice is more so to just be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth your life
Yeah.
to stay in something that's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. There's better things.
And there's so many opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Like, when you're in abuse, you feel like you can't do anything. You feel small. You feel like you are, like, insecure. Obviously, insecurity is a big part of that. And you feel incapable.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep proving yourself wrong
Yeah.
and put one foot in front of the other.
Well, that's it. Like small steps.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
although yours was kind of a giant push.
It was a giant push.
But-
It was. But it was still very, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was your like? What did it look like from there? How did you start like putting things back together?
Oh, geez. Well, I did my best to start real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing that I was holding on to, and had a few hits here and there. Maybe I think the first year that I really started, I maybe made like $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not enough to provide for a family. So if it wasn't for my parents, like, I would have nothing. Like, they helped keep me afloat. And then I would just do my best every day. I would go try to get a deal, and then I would kind of zone out and get in my own little world and go numb my pain through partying and whatever else I felt like I wanted to do,
Yeah.
And then I would feel the consequences of those decisions and be like, okay, I got to reel it back in. So it was kind of like a vacillating of back and forth of destructive behavior mixed with, okay, I got to pull it together. And then destructive behavior, okay, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And I remember being in counseling and I'd be like, I see who I am right now and I see who I want to be. And it felt impossible for that gap to be bridged together.
What was it just like I wanted to give up the partying and the things, or I want to be more successful, or what did you see like when you wanted like a future? What were you looking for?
Well, like I said, I always felt like that sense of purpose.
Yeah.
You know, like there was something in me that was bigger than myself.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like, you know, I started looking into other avenues of spirituality, you know, because I knew that what I was facing was bigger than what I could handle on my own.
Yeah.
But
you're like, what were we saying?
what were we saying?
Your gap.
My gap. Okay. My gap.
What,
and where did I see myself?
yeah.
I just knew how broken I was.
Yeah.
I knew how broken I was. I knew that everything that I was turning to was really bad for me, but I had a draw to all of these bad things, and I didn't know how to want the good things for my life.
Why do you think you were drawn to it? Was it like the release? Was it the I'm numbing this? Was it I'm not happy where I'm at, so this is kind of just a thing to keep me preoccupied? What was it that drew you to that?
Definitely numbing.
Okay.
Numbing the pain. And also, you know, it was a very destructive lifestyle that I was groomed to live. So it was kind of like a normalcy that went along with that. You know, because in my marriage, I was kind of used as like an object.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I allowed, you know, bad behavior from men. I did a lot of things that I am not very proud of for the sake of feeling something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt so bad about myself and so unworthy,
Yeah.
I guess. And then, you know, you would see all these other people who are successful and living great lives, and I didn't know how I could achieve that with what was
Where you were
manifesting through me at that point in time. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what did you do to start bridging the gap?
I didn't even realize that the gap was being bridged, you know? I really didn't. You don't realize all the little pieces that start coming together.
Yeah.
Like, you think that you are so far gone and that you cannot possibly be this person, you know, that has a great life and doing great things and making sacrifices for the people you love, you know, or having the even ability to take care of the people you love in that capacity. Like, because I always wanted to be a great mom. I always wanted to do all these things for my kids. And I, you know, felt like I was doing that, but it wasn't really to the capacity that I had wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough. Wasn't hitting.
What turned it around though? Like where, like, because you don't feel the same way you do today that you did then. So
No.
like, so what?
I know who I am today.
Yeah. Like what started that? Like where it kind of clicked for you a little bit more.
So I started really getting into alternative spiritual practices, like trying, and I felt like if I could just make money, then I'm going to get all this stuff for my kids, and I'm going to do all this and do all that, and I'm going to like make it happen for my family.
Yeah.
And then I'll be whole. Then I'll feel great. And so I started doing all these alternative, you know, practices that wasn't really, you know, godly, you know, that I believed was more satanic at the time. But it was working for me, you know. I felt like, oh, I'm being spiritual, and I don't have to go to church and be this person that everybody said that I had to be, and I'm getting results doing it. And all of these Christians are dumb because they think that they have to do all this mumbo jumbo, and I'm making it happen this way. So, you know, I start doing pretty good. And start making decent money. So things are kind of picking up for my life, and I still felt empty inside. And I'm like, what else do I need? And this was a conscious thought process.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, I was looking at a picture of my kids from the time like we had just first gotten divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked really happy. And I compared that picture to where they were at that point in time, and they didn't. I'm like, they look happier then than they look now.
Mm.
And I thought I was doing all this great stuff for them.
Mm.
And it hit my heart in a way that was like, something else is not right.
Mm.
You know, I'm missing something. So all these little moments just started stacking up, and my heart just started getting softer and softer and more open, you know, to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that was happening, but I would even go to like houses to sell, and like a guy would pull out the Bible and ask me what I believed, and like straight up minister to me. Yes.
That's kind of interesting.
And I didn't even, like, I renounced Christianity altogether. Like, I did not believe in Jesus. I did not believe in any of it. And I remember getting in my car.
Were you actually like Wiccan?
I didn't call myself anything.
Yeah. I was just curious.
I didn't call myself anything. I just was really searching, honestly.
I gotcha.
Like, I was just seeking.
Just open to stuff.
And I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do.
I gotcha.
So I'm like, I'm trying to find the truth here.
Yeah.
Which I think is what ultimately, you know, led me to where I needed to be.
Yeah.
But I remember getting in my car and I'm like, what if I'm wrong? What if this is the truth?
But you know what, though? Like, just saying that, I don't think it's wrong to have questions and to seek out things.
No.
Like, I think
it's great.
I think if you are like, you can't just like live your life because you were brought up a certain way, or you were like I think you have to ask those questions.
I found it for myself, and I was determined to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You did your thing. You had your story, you know, and you came to like, I think, but like, you know, I think sometimes people are afraid to just ask questions, and I'm like,
right.
How do you really like believe something?
Right.
Like, I mean, really at the core of you believe something if you haven't like asked some questions about it.
And they're even afraid to ask them to God.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't already know what's in your heart.
Right. Like, he doesn't know that you have doubts or something about it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like it's, I just, I don't know. I don't know. I think sometimes, like when you ask somebody, you can tell when you ask somebody a question and they're just repeating an answer they've heard from somebody else. And I'm like, that is not, that's not using your own, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really.
It's not deep.
It's not deep.
It's not authentic.
That's right.
And it's not genuine.
That's right.
And I saw a lot of fake Christians growing up.
Yeah.
And I was determined to live my life as loud as possible in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be real. Not hiding anything.
You're still real.
I am.
I mean, I feel that way. Like,
yeah.
I mean, listen.
I'm going to be transparent.
There's a ton of people that are going to disagree with some of my things, but I'm still like, you know, and I'm also, you'll find me changing my mind. If I, you know, I'm like, I learned something different, or I'm like, hey, this fits better, or I feel like convicted about something, you're going to see me like change with.
And that's the journey.
That's growth. That's like how you learn. That's wisdom. Like that's.
Absolutely.
You know, don't be afraid of that.
Right.
You know, I think people get so, or they got to defend something they believe for so long that maybe they don't even believe anymore. Like, it's okay to change.
Or they were taught that this is the way and you are damned if you believe anything other than that.
Absolutely.
It's a fear-based thing.
Not relational.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what I never had. I never had, like, I had moments with God growing up, but I never had that, like, relational, like, I know that he knows me and I know him.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So.
Do you think that's what you felt like you were most missing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a pretty radical encounter with God in my bedroom.
Talk about it.
So.
Do you like how I just like, go for it, Chelsea?
Okay.
I just want to hear it, though.
Okay.
All right.
So, it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And I was really drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Like, just a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody was during that time. Let's be real. But
You lush.
I was drinking a whole lot and just kind of I started feeling like worse, I guess, during that time, you know? And I went to go party with my friend. And we grew up in church together. And we grew up in like full spirit, like all the things, tongues, all of that.
What denomination were you?
I feel like we always called ourselves non-denominational, but more toward, you know, like Pentecostal, all the gifts of the Spirit, you know, prophecy, laying hand, all of that. So she told me, she said, I still pray in tongues. And I said, that's weird, you know, we're, you know, partying together and you're praying in tongues and stuff. And so I started researching it. And I started deciding, you know, is this something that I can still do? Because that happened to me when I was really young. Like, I went to church camp and prayed in tongues at 13 years old. Like, I had the Holy Spirit just come over me in such a powerful way. So I started looking into it, and I was like, well, it looks like that people in the church are doing this, and it looks like people outside of the church are also doing this. So it looks like I am safe to do it, you know? And so I started doing it. I started praying that way. And I'm like, I think this is kind of working. And my son started coming out of his room more. My household felt lighter. Things started shifting, kind of. And then one day I started bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, something has to stop. Like, what is happening to me? I'm supposed to be positive and happy. I'm supposed to be in this, like, new, wooey, like, you know, high vibrational state. You know, that's the deception of that, I feel. So I'm trying to figure out how to get myself up to a higher feeling. And I can't do it. Like, for days, I'm bawling my eyes out, just bawling my eyes out. And at the same time, my drinking is picking up. So I've got this
yo-yo.
This fight. This fight going on. And so leading up to that, I'm drunk. I come home one night, go to my bedroom, and I was like, I got to lay down. I got to meditate. I got to do something. The Holy Spirit just came in my room, upon me, around me, all in me, and I began, like, laughing, and I was being delivered. And I was so drunk at the time. The next day I went to go drink with my friends, and I could not finish one drink.
Really?
Yeah. God took it from me.
Like, you just didn't have a desire for it?
I had no desire for it.
Wow.
Yep. He healed me in that night.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I didn't anticipate this going.
No, it's okay. It happened. No,
but this is a big. This
cool.
is a big pivotal moment in my life, and it's real.
That's
and that's
awesome.
what I experienced.
No, I mean, nobody can take that from you. That's your experience with God, and that's like.
And I still didn't even realize. I said, guys, something healed me, and I didn't realize, you know, the truth of what had happened to me. And so I kept pushing it because I loved my fun party girl persona. I wanted to stick with my friends. I wanted to keep doing all these things that I was doing. And it came down to where I pushed drinking again, and which led me to a DUI.
Wow.
Immediately. God's like, I said no.
Yeah.
So I was very humbled because at the time, you know, I'm a professional. I'm a realtor. My face is on the busted paper, you know.
Did you have to go to jail?
I did. I went to jail.
Did you spend the night? Or did you get bail? You spent the whole night?
I spent the whole night.
You were like in the drunk tank.
drunk tank.
Yes. I think I knew the DUI thing, but I don't think I remember the night.
It was so hard.
Was there anybody else in there?
No, me by myself.
Oh.
And I rolled up the toilet paper to make a little pillow. Like,
no, you did not.
I tried so hard to make it so comfortable, and
they didn't give you a pillow?
No. I think they, at a certain time, they'll give you a pillow. Yeah. Yeah. I think like halfway into the night, they're like, all right, you can have a pillow now.
They made you sleep on toilet paper.
I did.
That's a story.
I did.
Wow.
And then I went home very humbled and just like, I need to calm myself down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did you, after that, were you kind of like, I'm good?
After that,
Or did it take a couple more times?
no. After that, I was humbled, and I was scrolling TikTok, and there was like a pastor on there talking about spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And it really made sense to me.
Yeah.
And it was like a light bulb went off in my head.
Yeah.
And I started looking up testimonies of people that, you know, kind of dabbled in other practices and then following Christ after that. So I said, I can't deny this. And I called my mom, and I'm like, I'm a Christian now.
Knowing your mom, I just have to know how your mom reacted to that. I just have to know, just because your mom cracks me up.
Gosh. Okay, so first of all, my mom was always on my case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need to do this. You need to go to church. You need to let me do blah, blah, blah. And she said, to this day, she said, and God told me to shut my mouth.
I love it.
And so she said, and I did. And he said that he would take care of it. And so to this day, she tells the story that way.
She tells that story just like that.
Yeah.
That's great. So, okay, what happened? Like, so when, after all of that part, because when did you go back for your broker thing? That was recent.
I've been a broker for about 2 years, 2.5.
When did that, like, you always wanted to do that, or
no?
Like, what happened that made you pull that trigger?
I just felt led to do it, and I kept resisting that.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like God wanted me to.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to. But I kept feeling like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. So I just gave in and did it.
Well, I mean, like, you think about that, though. You come from where you're completely dependent on somebody.
Yes.
And an abusive thing to, okay, I'm providing for myself. I'm still trying to figure life out. I'm going through, like, the wild stuff. I'm going through, like, figuring out my spiritual life. I'm, like, having these different episodes happen. And now, like, you know, you're the boss. You're hiring people under you. Like, that's a big,
huge,
like, change, because, you know, a lot of people stay in those situations. And, I mean, you can die, you can get out, or you can keep doing this. And, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a ton of options there. And I think you did the harder thing. I mean, you went through all the things. I mean, that's not easy.
No. I feel like I stepped out not knowing the outcome.
Yeah.
But knowing I had to.
Yeah.
And then I was met with, obviously, tons of challenges. And then you just, I don't know, plow through it.
How are your kids now, like, with, like, you know, everything? Like, do you ever talk to your kids about, like, how are they with, like...
We do sometimes. Like, Jace will say, I can't imagine if, you know, you never turned things around. If you never made these changes, like, where would we be? Yeah. You know, my son has acknowledged that. Not my oldest son, my youngest son does. Yeah. 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 But yeah, they know. I'm pretty open with them about everything.
That's cool.
They lived it with me. They were there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was just wondering, because, like, you know, some, like, I don't know. I think sometimes kids, like, you don't really know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and even until much later, you know, they don't, like, talk about.
And even the co-parenting situation, I mean, let's talk about that, because that was probably my biggest battle. Yeah. That was the biggest, because, like, okay, you escape an abusive situation, and then now you're dealing with the same abusive person with your kids. You don't really escape them. Yeah. You still have to learn how to overcome that person or whatever, you know.
How was dealing with the system on that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
They don't care.
That's what I've heard over and over again
They
from
do
people.
not care. And I went, and it got to the point, I was afraid to fight him at first.
Yeah.
And I would never fight him. Like, my attorney even said, I never seen someone trying to protect their ex-husband like you do. Because I knew how vindictive he was. So something just, I think one day he threatened me.
Yeah.
And he said, I got all this on you and I'm going to take you to court. I said, it sounds good to me. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from that day forward, I just fought.
So during that time, like, as far as like, that's another thing I want to say, because I know several, I can think of like, 8 or 9 right off the bat who have in the last couple of years or are going through custody issues.
Yeah.
And they are all having a really hard time. I haven't heard one say this is like.
Yep.
So I mean, do you have any words of wisdom for that? Because I know that's like it's like just this like unending trial, it seems like, for a while.
It is. It was years.
Yeah.
Like, that was the hardest part of everything I've been through, was that. Because
Really?
I was so afraid of standing up to him that I gave him everything he wanted in the beginning. And then as I got stronger and as I began, like, knowing who I am and what is right, what is the right thing to do, I realized how big of a mistake that was.
Yeah. So you got laid down the law a little more.
I laid down the law, so every time he would break the parenting agreement, I would be like, all right, back to court. We went back to court. But it all goes back to God.
Yeah.
Because I fought so hard. And I'll never forget somebody telling me, like a minister, he said, you think you're better than him. And it's your heart that is in the wrong place, because I had unforgiveness in my heart. So I started working on forgiving him during this time. And instead of calling my mom and running my mouth and being frustrated, I started praying for him.
Wow.
And I started blessing him out loud. And every time I had like a negative thought about him, I would just turn it around. And then one day, the Holy Spirit told me to fast. And I fasted for 14 days. And I had no idea what I was fasting for. But I fasted. And at the end of that fast, in the middle of that fast, I literally had another encounter with God where every bit of any kind of unforgiveness or bitterness, it left me, supernaturally gone.
Wow.
And I cried out to God for his soul. And maybe 2 weeks after that fast was over, God exposed some things in his life that gave me full custody, full parenting rights, full parenting time.
That's crazy.
Yep. So everything, God gets all the glory for everything good in my life.
Listen to that story, though.
I know.
You couldn't do anything about his behavior.
I couldn't.
You could not do one thing.
Nope.
What's the only thing we can do? We can work on ourselves, right? Like, that is the only thing you have, any say in, is how you behave and act and think. And so, you felt convicted. You're praying for somebody who's made your life
a living hell.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you're blessing them. I mean, that's hard, Chelsea.
I didn't feel it at first.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say,
because I wanted him to die at first.
I was gonna say, I don't even know how you could authentically even do
I
that.
didn't at first. I forced myself until it became real.
Yeah.
And it was so deep that
the
fast had to take care of it. It was just a denying of my flesh in such a powerful way. And it also shows me God's character for everybody. Even somebody filled with all of that evil, and we all have evil in us,
Mm-hmm.
So it's God sees us all the same, and he is God's child just as much as I am. And if I'm forgiven, then I need to forgive others.
That is such a hard lesson, though.
It is.
I mean, how many people out there, have some, and not even as like bad of a thing,
I
and
know.
like they can't let stuff go.
I know.
They've been slighted, and even like
know.
little stuff, and they can't let it go, like an unforgiving spirit about something.
I see everybody. So, like, as a child, you never say, I want to grow up and go to prison. You know?
What are you talking about? You didn't do that? As a
No.
kid?
You don't say, I want to grow up and be a prostitute, you know? Like, everybody started out so innocent and wanting the best for their lives, and they get misguided throughout the way. So I just see everybody as this
Like
broken, hurting.
Where they were.
Yep. It's sad.
I just think about that, though. I mean, that's a big lesson on forgiveness. And look what happened when you
God worked on my behalf.
When you let that go.
Exactly.
Wow, what a story.
I know.
That's cool.
It's the biggest miracle of my life. That's how I know God is real. That story.
Yeah.
That's the biggest miracle of my life.
I mean, you had two kind of big things. Like, I mean, I don't think a lot of, I mean, I know people, there's real encounters with God every day, but you had like a couple really tangible things, like that are like.
That tends to be my walk with God.
Yeah.
In general, I have these tangible moments a lot.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones, though. But like in my personal time with Him, it is very tangible.
Wow.
Yep. And then all along, I feel like it's just been Him giving me the strength to persevere when I felt like I couldn't. In our weakness, He's made strong. So.
Do you have any big ambitions for? I know you want to win Miss Barbell.
You know what?
I'm not talking
Don't
about that.
Don't go there.
I'm not gonna go.
I want to do better than I did last year.
I'm teasing Chelsea because we go to the gym together, and there's the yearly competition, and she gets mad because she'll be like 2 or 3. But I mean, she's a beast. Like, let's be serious. But like it's just funny because I'm teasing her right now. But okay, seriously, what ambitions do you have?
My ambition is to not go to the Miss Barbell competition next year. I'm writing it off totally.
I love it. I hope Eden listens to that.
I know. We'll have to tell her.
Yeah.
Give her a fair warning. I'm kidding. I love the barbell competitions. JK. My ambitions, man, I don't feel like I'm an ambitious person.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that. I don't make that my main thing.
I gotcha.
I want to just live a free life with my family, and I want to do the best that I can do and have a spirit of excellence with things that I do.
I love that.
And then just let things kind of unfold as they do.
You're a go with the flow.
I'm a very go with the flow person. Yeah. But I am not, but I am at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean in big life things. Like
big life things.
I feel like you kind of like roll with the punches, but you've had to do that. You've had to like.
Because I feel like I can plan all day long.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my best foot forward in the day.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I will, like how I work, I get like a desire to do something, and then I do it.
Yeah.
And that could look like selling a house or doing an investment or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I want to keep growing in business, and yeah.
How do people find you if they want to sell a house?
Look me up on Facebook.
Look at her. Is that your main business thing?
I really use Facebook a lot.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I have a big following on Facebook. Yeah, you can look me up on Facebook.
We'll put her link. We'll put your link.
Yeah, call me, text me.
We'll put your link for Facebook in the description so people can find it.
Yeah.
Well, what did we miss any big stories? Am I missing stories?
Oh, there's all kinds of stories.
I know, but like, is there something like relevant that you want to share, or like that we've kind of skipped? We've jumped around. Like, is there something
we have jumped around
that you want to talk about?
I don't know. I feel like I guess I just would like to encourage people, like women, you know, who have found themselves in bad situations, to seek God and to do the best that they can do. And
Your
push
mom,
forward.
Your mom also runs like I should throw a shout out for Golden Girls Group Home, because she was just talking about that Rotary too.
Yeah.
And it's 12 to 18, right?
Yep.
They're like girls locally around here who have been abused, sex trafficked,
Yep.
you name it, and they have like apartments for them,
Yep.
basically,
And help them phase
like,
into adulthood.
yeah. So I mean, because you had family and stuff that kind of helped you through
Yes.
that, and not everybody, I mean, like, is gonna have,
Right.
you know, they don't have a lot of, some of these people have like no support.
I know.
So,
But you get to the other side. That's the big thing. I want people see it as such a big thing that you cannot get through, but you do. Like if
Yeah.
you push, it's like faith, you know?
Yeah.
Like you don't know how you're going to get to the other side of a thing, but if you keep going, you always do.
yeah. One thing, like, you don't, like, for me, because I think all the time about how small, like, we are. Like, we're just
Right.
not, like, you know, there's billions of light years of planets, or, you know, like, space and time. And, like, you know, after a couple, like, you know, lifetimes of things, people forget things, and people, you know, and I'm like, the only thing that really matters is, like, what is your spiritual, like,
Right.
and, like, how are you serving other people as well?
Exactly.
Like, that stuff, that's
Yeah.
what lives on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The rest of it,
Yeah.
like, stop fretting over.
Yeah. And that's the big thing, even with like growing in business and knowing who you are and having your identity secure, is like, okay, now I can help other people do this.
Yeah.
And if your finances are there, you can do a lot
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, any closing thoughts as I wrap us up here? Do you want to say anything else?
No, I don't think so.
She's like, I got this. All right. The quote we are going to say for our wrap up is, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. And that is C.S. Lewis.
Yay.
Chels, thanks for coming on here in your swagger and your dress.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all the next time.
All right.